I don't know if this video will go viral or not, but if it does and you guys don't know who I am, my name's Carson, aka TheNitroRaptor, and I make content that you're seeing right now on Forza. I like to make Forza videos, and I understand that as a smaller Forza YouTuber, my content is often overshadowed by much larger Forza YouTubers. And I completely understand that some people will upload basically the same stuff. But there are a few times that I have noticed that it just seems a little too much like the same thing. And I know that usually whenever like a new car pack comes out that, everyone will make content about it. And I know that, when I make content about that, it's always going to be overshadowed by someone else. But there are a few times where me and my friends will make our own challenges, not revolving around any sort of trend there is to a game, and we will basically make a video off of that. And I know what you're thinking. What is so crazy about the TheNitroRaptor situation? Well, it's this. I have very good reason to believe that there are at least 2 Forza YouTubers who are copying off of my ideas. And again, I'm not trying to insinuate anything. It's just my assumption, and I could be very wrong, but it's just what I have observed, and I mean no disrespect to any one of the following that I am going to be talking about today. I mean no disrespect to them, and I don't want any disrespect in return. I'm just going to make that very clear right now that I just want to talk about something that I've observed from 2 Forza YouTubers. That first time could have been a coincidence, but the second time it was just like, there's no way that this is happening. So, you guys are probably wondering who am I going to be talking about in terms of who I believe is copying off of my ideas. And I know the second I'm going to start name calling that I will get people disliking me, but again, I mean no disrespect. It's just my general assumption of what I've observed. So, the first person I'm going to be talking about is none other than my favorite Forza YouTuber, Jack Ultramotive. And I know the second I just said that, I lost a lot of respect, but I need to talk about this. Jack is from where I'm from, the great state of Washington, but he's since moved down to Arizona, so it's now just me and up in Washington. So, if you didn't know about me, now you do, if this video goes viral. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I have good reason to believe that Jack may be copying off of one of my videos. And in case you're wondering which video I believe he copied off of, it's this one right here, which is the new Ford Raptor R versus the new Mustang GT. In this video, me and my friend Gabe took the new Ford Raptor R and the new Mustang GT racing up the mountain in Forza Horizon 5. And the results that we got were unexpected. The Raptor R dominated the GT. And when I saw Jack upload a video basically showing off the same thing, I was very surprised because I just thought there's no way that I'm looking at what I'm looking at right now. I spent a couple of days kind of thinking this over, trying to gather my thoughts, and I have reason to believe that he is, and I have reason to believe that he's not. In the video that he made, it's basically about a bunch of vehicles going up the mountain. It's not specifically like what me and Gabe did, which is basically go up 2 different directions. And of all the vehicles he chose to use was the Ford Raptor R, the same vehicle that I used. What he ends up doing is taking it up the mountain. Not in the same way, but up the mountain regardless. And part of the reason why I believe he did copy off of my video is because of the thumbnail. In both thumbnails, there are 2 cars. One on the right is some random car. In mine, it was the Mustang, and in his was a Sesto Elemento. But in both thumbnails, the vehicle on the left is the Ford Raptor R. So, I want to reinforce something here. That there are times where people do come up with the same idea. And this could be one of those scenarios, but it just seems a little too much of a coincidence that this happened. And again, I mean no disrespect to Jack. I'm not trying to accuse him of copying. I'm not even sure if he did. But again, it's just my general observation. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because it's really his own idea, but it's using similar things that I've used in my video. And they are, at times, a bit different, but a lot of it is very much the same. A, he used the Ford Raptor. B, he took it up the same mountain. And C, he used the same vehicle in the same position of the thumbnail. So, I guess you could say he did in that instance. It could be a coincidence, but again, I mean, no disrespect for Jack. I'm not looking for any beef with him. I'm not looking for any beef with anybody. I'm just making a general observation of something that he did. I got nothing but love and respect for Jack. He's a cool dude, and it's just something that I found suspicious and quite odd of something that he did that I did a little while ago. The next YouTuber I'm going to start talking about, I can say with absolute confidence, took my idea and copied off of me. AR12 Nick, another really big YouTuber. He's bigger than Jack, and I know, again, like Jack, I'm going to lose a lot of respect here, but again, I need you guys to understand something here. So a little while ago, I wanted to make a few videos discussing about cars from each decade. And the first one that we started off with was the cars from the 50s and 60s, and we did it in 2 parts. They were 2 decades in one video, so the first half was like the 50s, and the second half was the 60s. And the reason why we chose the 50s and 60s was because there's really nothing a whole lot to choose from before then. In the 40s, it's just a bunch of Fords, and then in the 30s and 20s, it's nothing but like classic racing cars. So that's why we started off with the 50s and 60s. So it took me about a week to make this video because of, real life stuff going on. So I posted this video on February 2nd. You can see the date here. And the next day, Nick posts a very similar video that's just about the 60s. And in both videos, they both feature a Mustang on the thumbnail. They're both different Mustangs, but then I started watching his video. He uses a Mustang in that video, which is what appears on my thumbnail. Now, granted, I didn't use one in my video, but I can say with absolute confidence that Nick, he saw my video. There's no way he didn't, because there's no way that he could have seen my video that quickly and not gotten onto it. Now, let me explain something that I hope you guys will understand. YouTubing for me is a hobby. It's not my general source of income. I have an actual job. Unlike Nick, who I know for a fact lives off of YouTube, he makes a living off of YouTube, so therefore he's able to make more content quickly and much more efficiently because he's got a much bigger following. And I truly believe that he saw my video and copied off of it, because it cannot be a coincidence that he saw it and just happened to make the same type of video. I would understand it if it was like, talking about a car pack, because people do that kind of stuff all the time, not just on Forza, but in general. If this was like some kind of big announcement for Forza, I would understand it, because I've done that several times where I post content about, like, let's say a car pack, for instance, and then a whole bunch of other people start to do it. I completely understand that, but this was different. This was a challenge that me and my friends decided to do on a certain day, and then I happened to upload it a day before he uploaded his. It just cannot be a coincidence that he just thought of the same thing. He had to have seen my video. So I'm sure what you're probably wondering right now is, what is the point that I'm trying to get across here? And it's this. YouTubing for me is becoming so impossible to do. A, because I don't have a whole lot of time to upload, and B, I've got so much stuff going on at home and at work that I can't really find a time, and I'm just so wasted pretty much. Not from drinking or anything, but just from I'm exhausted. It's at times impossible for me to, be able to find a time with my friends to upload and stuff. And the same can be said for them, because they're not as active, or involved, I guess, on YouTube as, some people think they are. Gabe is probably the main person who I can say is like the most ready to be doing YouTube. But again, like me, he has a life. He has a life outside of YouTube and Forza and all that. So he doesn't always have the time to join up with me and be able to record and stuff. So you can kind of see my frustration here when I see that I upload something and then it immediately gets overshadowed by something else. If it's like an announcement video or something, I understand that, and then everyone else starts posting about it, about the same thing. But this is personal work. This is something that I, decided to do with my friends, and then some bigger YouTuber comes along, does the exact same thing, gets 100,000 views, and I don't get almost anything. So whether this video goes viral, I don't know. Whether you guys understand my frustration here, I really don't care. All I request is that once I upload this video, I want you guys to please just humor me and understand my frustration and my reasoning for why I believe there are other people who are copying off my ideas. Jack might be the least likely here, but I can absolutely say that Nick has. There's just no way he didn't see my video and not copy off of it. With all that in mind, I want to reinforce again that I mean no disrespect to Jack, I mean no disrespect to Nick. I'm just making a general observation about something that I've seen about a couple of YouTubers who have done pretty much the exact same thing I did, but a little bit differently. And it's just super frustrating. Nick, I can absolutely say, did copy, but Jack, not so much. But we'll, gloss over that. So bearing that in mind, I hope you guys understand my reasoning for my frustration and my observations I've made. You don't have to agree with them, I don't expect you to, because I know that Jack and Nick are both very respectable people, but it just, I don't know. There really is nothing to go on here, but I just had to bring this up because I found it interesting and frustrating at the same time. But yeah, that's basically about it. Thank you for watching.